We've seen how we can work with strings and expressions in the print statement.
This video is brought to you by OppiePie's Academy.
But we can also store strings, expressions, and numbers using variables. You probably remember variables from 7th or 8th grade algebra class, where you were told to solve for x. Well, when you solve for x, x is a variable. And in programming, we use variables to store values. So if I wanted to store a value called name, and it's a string, I would do it like this. Now, the way this is read is name is assigned the string value Mark Lassoff. This equal sign is the assignment operator, and it simply means we're assigning a value. Now, if I were going to assign the value age, which is a number, I don't need the quotes. We only use the quotes if we're assigning a string value, a value that's a series of characters, like a name, an address, or something like that. Now, we also can store, besides integer values, floating point values. So if I say GPA 3.333, there we have a floating point value. So those variables are now storing the three values that you see here. So if we print name, we print age, and we print GPA, we're using those values. So if we go ahead and save this document, and I'm going to save this as variables.py in my Python folder on my desktop, and then we go ahead and run this, and let's go ahead and create a new command line window because that one's running idle. And then let's navigate to our folder that has our Python scripts. Mine's in desktop, Python, taking advantage of autocomplete there, Python variables.py, and there you see we've got, move everything out of the way here, Mark Lassoff 41 3.33 generated by print name, which stores the value Mark Lassoff, print age, which stores the value 41, and print GPA, which stores the value 3.33. Now, we noted before we can also use the variables in substitutions using the string format. So we could say not just name, but for example, print my name is, and then use the curly brackets for the placeholder for our substitution, and then format name. So now we're using the variable in a slightly different context. I am years old, format age, print. My GPA was below, format GPA. So again, we're referring to those variables, name, age, and GPA, our string variable, our age variable, and our floating point variable. If we save the document and we run the document again, we run the script again, the Python script. So there we go. And now we're going to say Python variables.py. We get the correct values filled in here via string format. So we have my name is Mark Lassoff. Again, we use the formatter and .format name. I am 41 years old. Same thing, format age. And my GPA was below 3.33. Again, using the formatter character. Now, when we assign a variable, whatever is on the other side will be evaluated first as an expression and then assigned. For example, let's say we had the following. We have a age equals, let's actually not call it age, let's say human age equals 10. Age in dog years equals human age times 7, right? Because it said that a dog year is 7 times a human year. So this formula would make sense. If we printed age in dog years, my dog is years old. format age in dog years, we're going to get 70. Because what happens here is we've assigned the value 10 to human age, and then we've assigned human age times 7, which is 70, to age in dog years. Whenever we have the assignment operator, the right side of the assignment operator is evaluated first and then assigned to the variable. So sometimes you'll see a complex expression on the right side of the assignment operator. That whole complex expression is going to be evaluated and a result determined before you actually assign it to the variable itself. So we should get, in dog years, my dog is 70 years old. So now we're actually creating programs that do some level of computation. So let's clear, let's run the program, variables.py, and in dog years, my dog is 70 years old. So we've seen how to assign first a string to a variable, a integer value to a variable, and a floating point value to a variable. We've then printed out just the variables. We've printed out using string substitution the variable values, and then we dealt with expressions and variables together. You're going to use variables a lot throughout your programming career. This is just the beginning.